Hello and welcome to Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. Let's take a look at some of the stories making the headlines across the continent. Odion Ighalo speaks exclusively to Sports News Africa about promotion to the Premier League with Watford. And Tombin Tennis Opens continues in Abuja, Nigeria. So let's take a quick look at the weekend fixtures for the Confederation of African Football's Champions League and Confederation Cup. Title holders Entente Setif lead a three-pronged Algerian challenge this weekend for CAF Champions League group places. They are at home to Morocco's Raja club. Smuha and Al Khali, both from Egypt, need to overturn their 1-0 deficit if they are to progress. The remaining two Algerian clubs, USM Algiers and El Umab, face tricky passages to the last 8 stage. USM hold a 2-1 advantage over Guineans AS Kaloum, who must host the round of 16 second leg in neighbouring Mali because of the Ebola epidemic. El Umab are slightly better off as they did not concede a goal at home when the winning 1-0 against vastly more experienced Tunisian outfit CS Sfaxien. In the Confederation Cup, Tanzania's lone representatives and newly crowned Premier League champions Young Africans travelled to Tunisia to face Etoile Sportive du Sahel. South Africa's only remaining side, Orlando Pirates, host Gabonese side Munana. The Royal Leopards of Swaziland, who have done well to get this far, take a 1-0 advantage to Congo's AS Vita. There is also a North African derby in Morocco between Rabat side FUS and Egypt's Zamalek. Nigeria and Watford striker Odion Ighalo is already looking ahead to life in the English Premier League. After helping Watford clinch promotion to the top tier of the English football, Ighalo has scored 20 goals for the Hornets this season, with a chance to add more in the last game of the season against Sheffield Wednesday at Vicarage Road on Saturday. Speaking exclusively to Sports News Africa, Ighalo said it has always been his dream to play against the top sides in England.
I'm very happy because this is one of my dream, to be in the Premier League, to play in the Premier League. So I didn't come to Watford to come and play the Championship. I came to Watford because I see they have a good team and the management, Pozo, the owner of the team, I know what his ambition was. That's why I came here, because I know the team have every opportunity to go to the Premier League, because since when Pozo took over the team, I've been following the team even when I was playing in the Spanish league. So I think that's one of my decisions. I'm very happy that I came here, everything worked out, and God's favor, we get a ticket to the Premier League. When I was back there in Nigeria, everybody in Nigeria watched Premier League. In Africa, everybody watched Premier League. And when we played against Chelsea, the FA Cup there, when I went to Stamford Bridge, I saw the atmosphere in the stadium. I said, no, God, I want to be among this. I want to be in this kind of stadium. And I was doing interview after the game that day. I say, by the grace of God, I know next season we'll be playing in this stadium. And with God, all things are possible. I'm very happy that we got the promotion ticket, because the atmosphere that day was incredible in the game against Chelsea. So I want to experience something like that. I've experienced that in Spain, in Italy. I want to experience that in England. So I'm happy I have every opportunity to do that now. Since I was young back in Nigeria, it's only about Premier League. We've been watching. I've been supporting Manchester United since when I was young, watching them at the and the cold Dwight York, they score and all that. So it's really good, even when I travel to do, I say, one day I want to play in this league, to get there, to feel how it is, and this opportunity for me, I'm going to grab it with 2-1. I will go there and give all my best, I know it's not going to be easy. It will take me time to get used to it, because Premier League and Champions is two different games. It's not that hard. You're going to play against big teams like Chelsea, like Man City, like Liverpool, like Tottenham, all those big teams. It's not going to be easy against them, but you have to give your best. That is, you have to show how good you are. I think I'm going to give my best and do everything I'm possible for us to win games and keep this team in Premier League.
Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. will put boxing back on the cultural map for at least one glittering night on Saturday when they touch gloves for the undisputed world welterweight boxing crown in Las Vegas. The bout appears to have captured the imagination of the global media, with fans and celebrities willing to pay exorbitant prices to get into the MGM Grand Arena.
Here in Las Vegas, fame and fortune are not unusual. But this Saturday's boxing match between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is expected to generate record-breaking sums, even for Sin City. American superstar Mayweather alone could pocket more than $150 million, making him the highest-paid athlete of all time. Usually known for his arrogant persona, Mayweather is keeping a surprisingly low profile in the days before the event.
It's really not about the money, you know. I mean, some days it's about the money, some days it's not about the money. Like I said before, I'm only human, I can contradict myself. You know, I said that yesterday when I was sitting down, and I continue to say it. You know, I strive to be a perfectionist, but no one is perfect.
The same goes for Philippines native Manny Pacquiao, who could earn $100 million from the fight.
No, yeah, we don't know yet. Let's focus first on the fight, and after that, let's talk about that.
A bit of an outsider on Mayweather's home turf, Pacquiao earns less than his American adversary, even with his many sponsors. Mayweather, on the other hand, has no public sponsors or promoters. His business plan is unlike any other boxer's.
Now, what Mayweather's done is flip that whole concept on its head. He's essentially the promoter, or he acts in that way for each promotion. He pays his opponents a business expense. He has a percentage of every hot dog and t-shirt sold in the arena. He gets part of the foreign rights fee. It's a very unique situation, and it wouldn't be possible without his popularity, without his skill in the ring.
The matchup has set off a media frenzy of unprecedented levels. Mayweather is undefeated in the past 47 fights. Pacquiao is the world champion in 8 categories, and together, the two men are considered the best boxers of their generation.
Welcome back to Sports News Africa. Action continued at the Tombim Tennis Open in Abuja on Thursday, with players particularly from Europe struggling with the intense heat and conditions. However, these players have still managed to outshine the home-based players as the battle for the ATP points continues.
The action continued at the Tombim Abuja Open Tennis Tournament in Nigeria as foreign players took to the hard court in pursuit of ATP points and the grand prize. But their performance was disappointing, with most players struggling to adjust to the heat. However, they said they were enjoying the challenge.
It's pretty difficult for us coming here from countries like England. It's very tough physically. You can see a lot of people are struggling out there, which is it's good fun because it makes it a real challenge every match.
And despite the heat, most players praised the tournament, saying the number of players involved made it particularly attractive.
This is a very good tournament to play because there's a lot of points involved. I would like to either make the final or win this event because there's around 20 to 35 points for the winner. And it's not my first time in Nigeria. I've been here before to Lagos for an event similar to this, where I had made the finals. So I'm hoping something similar to that will be a good week for me.
The less experienced Nigerian players, meanwhile, gave stellar performances, registering first-round wins and earning places in the ATP rankings. 6 Nigerian players qualified for the second round of the singles event, automatically winning ITF or ATP points. The foreign players praised Nigerian tennis but said they needed more exposure to reach international standards.
The level of Nigerian tennis is definitely improving, but I think if the federation can help them a little bit more and get them to travel to other tournaments, not just inside Nigeria, they will all definitely improve their game.
The first round will end on May 2nd, with the second expected to run from May 4th to May 10th.
Time now for a look at some of the other stories making the headlines across the continent. A team team from the Commonwealth Games Federation has concluded its inspection of facilities in Durban to assess whether the South African city is a suitable venue for the event in 2022. The visit focused on the technical aspects of the bid, including transport, hospitality, security, medical and legacy project plans. Algerian Djamel Belmadi has been sacked as Qatar coach just over a month before the start of their joint 2018 World Cup and Asian Cup qualifying campaigns. Belmadi's contract was terminated after Qatar endured a miserable Asian Cup campaign in January. They lost all 3 matches to finish bottom of their group. Ivory Coast defender Serge Aurier has made his loan at Paris Saint-Germain permanent by signing a 4-year deal. The right-back, who lifted the African Cup of Nations trophy with Ivory Coast in February, joins PSG from French Ligue 1 rivals Toulouse. Aurier has made 14 appearances for PSG so far this season. And John Obi Mikel could end his 9-year association with Chelsea in the summer amidst rumours of interest from Spanish giants Real Madrid. The Nigerian international says he will not make a decision on his future until the end of the season. Wrestling enthusiasts converged on Odion Ighalo in Burkina Faso to witness the thrills and spills of traditional wrestling. The contest saw young men battle one another for the right to be crowned national champion. Traditional or Greco-Roman wrestling is among the top 4 sports in Burkina Faso and is also popular in Niger, Senegal, northern Nigeria and the Gambia.
A young, shirtless, well-built man dances to work up the already excited crowd. The audience is exhilarated and eagerly anticipating the latest wrestling tournament about to begin in the city of Odion Ighalo in Burkina Faso. The championship is being hosted through the Burkina Faso Fighting Federation in a bid to resuscitate traditional wrestling in the country.
Bon, je vous remercie d'avoir me donné l'occasion.
As for Burkinabe wrestling, we are really on a progressive track that we intend to stay on with the new federation. When you see our championship level, our progress will start to rise.
According to the Burkina Faso Fighting Federation President Pierre Badiel, competitions are held around the country to select the finalists who will take part in the national championships.
We have competition in all provinces and it's the best who are chosen for the highlight. That is the national championship. We have to hold the championship at a specific time because it will soon be winter and a lot of our participants are from rural areas.
Burkina Faso has always been a force to reckon with in traditional wrestling. In 2012, they made it to the finals of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS Games. Poor management has, however, seen the sport decline in recent years. As it now struggles to find its footing again, wrestlers are demanding more practice time.
Il faut plus de préparation. Quand on parle de préparation,
we need more preparation, and when we say preparation, we should work in a systematic way. The wrestlers should not only learn at work and meet up to have fun afterwards. It shouldn't be like that. There should be people like technicians that can accompany them. I believe with this, wrestling will go further.
It is hoped that sponsorship for the sport and improved management will get the country's wrestling back on form and champions in Africa.
You're watching Sports News Africa. There were victories for Egypt and Denmark at the 17th Sinai International 10-pin bowling tournament in Cairo on Thursday. Frederick Oregaard of Denmark won the men's tournament, while Sarah Gamal claimed the women's crown for Egypt on the final day of the competition.
It was a moment of joy for Danish bowler Frederick Oregaard as he received the trophy for the men's Open champion. Competing in the tournament for the first time, Oregaard defeated his main challenger Yusuf Al-Jabbar of Qatar 502 to 478 in the high-scoring 2-game championship match to win his first international title outside Europe. 26-year-old Oghad was elated at his win.
It was actually, I had a tough beginning, but I started to hold down you could say, my nerves, and I was quite confident afterwards, after a tough start, and then I started to bowl really good. And then here in the semi-finals and the finals, I played fantastic.
The champion won a narrow victory over Pontus Andersson of Sweden, 439 to 435 in the first match of the Step 4 final to advance to the championship match, while Yusuf dispatched 2015 Kuwait Open champion Brad Angelo of USA 500 to 448 in the second Step 4 final match. Angelo then defeated Andersson 452 to 432 in the third and fourth place playoff to finish as second runner-up. Meanwhile, Sarah Jamal retained the ladies' crown for Egypt after she beat Jolene Persson-Plainfors of Sweden 441 to 406 in the 2 games championship match. Jamal ousted two-time champion Menat Sultan 433 to 399 in the all-Egyptian Step 2 final match to advance to the final. I am so happy with my performance. This is the first time for me I have played against a professional competitor. But I did well and I won the title. My competitor is a world champion. She is the runner-up in the World Cup. I'm happy with my success. Frederick Oghad won the top prize of $7,500 while Sarah Jamal won $2,000.
Here's a look at this weekend's Premier League fixtures. Leicester host Newcastle in the lunchtime kickoff. They will be looking to bounce back from their 3-1 home defeat to Chelsea. Ghana international Jeff Schlupp is available for Leicester after returning from a calf injury. Aston Villa and Everton are arguably in their best form of the season, and they faced each other at Villa Park. Manchester United are at home to West Brom. Then on Sunday, Chelsea will be crowned champions at home if they beat visitors Crystal Palace, while Manchester City are away to White Hart Lane to face Tottenham. Let's take a look at Thursday's results and upcoming games in the playoffs. So the Bulls won by a big margin to win the series 4-2. In the other playoff contest on Thursday, Blake Griffin finished with 26 points, 12 rebounds and 6 assists as the Los Angeles Clippers beat the Spurs in San Antonio to force a Game 7 in their first-round Western Conference series. On Friday, the Brooklyn Nets will have a chance to wrap up the series at home against the Atlanta Hawks. They currently lead 3-2. And that's the end of Sports News Africa for today. Join us tomorrow when we will look back at some of the big stories from this past week. Bye for now.